Well, hello there, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a new pick a card reading. This one's going to be about the blessings that are currently unfolding in your life that you may not be seeing. The intention with this one is that if you clicked on this video, you may find yourself in a situation where you feel a bit of confusion, you have expressed intentions and wishes, and you may not be seeing any forward movement at the moment. And this reading is going to help us see with more clarity what's actually going on, all the good stuff which is currently unfolding, but again, might be going under the surface. So I'm very excited about this one. So what about we just blah, blah, blah. Before we jump right into it, a reminder that if you enjoy the video, please like it and subscribe. That would support me a lot. I would be very grateful. And so you don't miss out when your boy posts new videos like so. And with that out of the way, let's get to it. So today we have 4 groups to choose from, 4 piles in front of us, and I'm going to be asking you to tune into your intuition as to know which pile holds the messages you're meant to be hearing at the moment, knowing that if you feel called to more than one pile, it may just mean that there are more messages for you to hear today. So yeah, you may just tune in into the first pile that your gaze lays upon, the number of the pile that you feel the most drawn to, the crystals, which I'm going to present. And yeah, once you've chosen your pile, once you've made your choice, you can fast forward directly to the timestamps provided down below, either in the description or the pinned comment, so as to fast forward directly to your reading. In the meanwhile, we got for pile number 1, the yellow calcite here. Yep. For pile number 2, we have an iron ore, a little rusted. For pile number 3, we got the moss agate. And pile number 4, we got the pyrite here. So yeah, take your time to tune in and let your intuition pick the pile that you feel the most drawn to. And once that's done, I'll see how you're reading. See ya. Well, hello there, pile 1. How are you doing? I hope you're excited about the message as much as I am. If you chose pile 1, the yellow calcite, that's going to be a reading, so buckle up, get excited, we're going in. Okay, we're going to begin with the tarot cards. That's going to give us already a good panorama of what's going on with your blessings, so I'm excited about that. We have the 8 of Cups to begin. The Devil, interesting. 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay. Well, straight off the bat, I can say that we have 2 Cups cards, 2 Pentacle cards. A lot of you have been seeking more ease, more flow, more happiness in your life lately, as well as a sense of security and abundance. Like emotional fulfillment as well as financial, material fulfillment, I can tell, just based off the suits that are popping up. And that's beautiful. I feel like a lot of you have been praying hard on these things, that a lot of you may be coming from a place where, yeah, the 5 of Pentacles are indicating a bit of scarcity mindset. Some of you may have felt like you were not really feeling all that homely where you're currently at. So yeah, a lot of you have been like a little uncomfortable with your current situations and asking, praying for new opportunities, some positive shifts, a more stable financial material situation, and a much more emotionally fulfilling one as well. And the beautiful thing which is currently happening is that we have the Devil, like the 8 of Cups followed by the Devil. So like the 8 of Cups is just you embarking on a journey, and I'm seeing this with the Devil as a self-discovery journey, as in you're embarking on a journey of self-discovery, of discovering what is the devil within, as in what are our shadows, what are our limiting beliefs, what are the emotions that we've grown attached to that need releasing. I feel that a lot of what's going on currently is that the reason to why you've been wishing this outcome, that is the Nine of Cups, which feels like the Nine of Cups is the wish card. It's a wish coming true. It's emotional fulfillment. The Ten of Pentacles is prosperity. It's financial stability and abundance, material stability, all these things that you've been wanting. And just the fact that these cards are popping up are symbolizing and alerting us that it's coming your way. You are not desiring it just for the heck of it. If you desire it, it's because you're meant to be experiencing it. The reason why you desire these things is also in response to old emotions which were not preferable, I'm sensing. And so you not necessarily beginning, but carrying on this self-discovery journey will lead you into discovering what are the attachments that you may be having towards past experiences. I'm refilling. The Five of Pentacles is a place of scarcity, is a scarcity mindset, and I'm really definitely sensing that in your case, especially with the devil, which is quite prominent in the spread here. It has a lot to do with your emotions. It's not that you are in a place of scarcity. I'm sensing for most of you, if you actually take the time to take a breather, just breathing fully, slowly in and out, you realize that no, your situation is not as bad as it feels like. But that's the whole point, is that this scarcity is mostly emotional and mental. You perceive your situation as scarce, although it may not completely be. Although in the now, it's totally fine, you're feeling and thinking that it may not be in the future. That's what I'm sensing, is like this strong sense of scarcity, like this broken pouch from which are falling all the coins, is an emotional and mental deal. It's not necessarily a physical one, just at the moment, but you do feel that it's been bugging your mind. So you've been wanting to come out of these emotions, out of these thoughts, into a genuine place where you don't have to push yourself to feel good, because it just comes naturally. Actually embracing the ease and the emotional fulfillment and the abundance that you're going after, that you're desiring. And yeah, the blessing which is actually happening is that although I'm hearing some of you may feel a little discouraged at times, because it's like, well, when will this come? When will these beautiful energies come? Well, you are desiring them, and the cards are popping up in the reading. It's coming. That's not the when is none of your business. That's what I'm hearing. It's like, it's not about the when. It's not about the how. It's coming. It's about preparing yourself for it. It's about the fact that the reason why you haven't really experienced it so far is because you didn't feel like you could. Because again, you're attached to past. I'm hearing like past memories, past emotions. There could be some grief, there can be some losses, past experiences that made you feel a certain way, from which you assumed certain thoughts, which turned into beliefs in the long run. All of these experiences, emotions, and beliefs which are no longer serving you, which are making you feel scarce. And the fact that you're desiring these things is really pushing you over the edge, over the limits. It's pushing you to your limits. You're desiring this so badly that it's pushing you to question, why am I feeling so scarce? Why am I thinking so scarce? And the blessing really is that although in the physical you may feel that things aren't really moving, I really do feel you like feeling stagnant, feeling like things aren't moving forward. But that's because the main transformation right now is not physical. The things that you desire are physical, but if you think about it, deep down, the thing that you desire is to feel good, is to feel ease. The thing that you're ultimately seeking for is an emotional well-being state reflected in the physical. But the thing which is bugging you isn't the fact that you are scarce, it's the fact that you're feeling scarce. Do you catch my drift? And that's really the thing that I'm sensing, is like the physical stuff is going to come, obviously, but that's not what spirit is leaning you into focusing. That's not what your higher self is leaning for you to be focusing on at the moment. It's like these things are bound to happen, but you need to prepare for them. You need to be a vibrational match for it. You need to align with it. And that starts with your vibration, with your emotions, with your thoughts. That's an internal work. There's no need for quote unquote action at this very moment relative to this topic. No action will get you closer to that at the moment. It's a self-discovery journey first. It's like, where are these emotions, these memories, these beliefs, these thoughts stemming from? Having the compassion for ourselves to go there, question them, see them, be present with them, heal them, do whatever is necessary for us to help us letting go of our inner devils, so as to open up and make space for that. So that's really the blessing. I'm resensing you, like a lot of you being confused, because it's like you've been wanting these things and you may have been taking a lot of actions towards it, and it's like, why the hell is it not happening? Well, the reason to why the hell is not happening isn't because it's not bound to happen at all, quite the opposite. It's more that there's a time for everything, and right now it's not about acting, it's about letting go of the emotions and the thoughts. I hope this is clear, because the message is coming in quite clearly on my side. But that is beautiful, because this process is really what is like blasting the doors wide open for you to be able to receive and contain and have all of it. So that's a very necessary step in your journey, and that's beautiful that it's happening at the moment. So don't be upset if things aren't physically moving. That's not because they're not moving, it's just that the energy is flowing elsewhere at the moment. So yeah, very interesting. I have a heck of a ton of oracle cards, so we're gonna start diving into them as well, which are going to help us dig a little deeper. Very excited to know what we're gonna have. Nourish the Sacred Feminine. Well, this Sacred Feminine is all about receiving. One of the characteristics of the feminine is about receiving, nurturing, which is definitely what you've been desiring. From a state of, oh my god, I'm scarce, what am I supposed to do? I need to act, like rat race mentality I'm hearing for some. Feeling a little bit on edge, feeling stressed for that. From a place of, I'm just letting it come to me because I know it's coming to me. It's just a matter of opening my heart. Allowing ourselves to feel good in receiving and opening ourselves. That's the feminine. I love that. I love that energy. What does your soul say? Okay. Manifesting and doing. Soul on fire. We got two references to the soul. That's interesting. I'm definitely sensing that these energies that you've been trying to bring into your life, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, which are, I mean, such a beautiful combination of cards. It's like really it's like ultimate fulfillment, a wish coming true, feeling emotionally so fulfilled, feeling so abundant, so stable, so prosperous. It's like the things that you've been wanting for a long time now, and it just feels like you've been following these things for quite a while, but it just doesn't work out. And just because like your soul stepping in here, your higher self is like saying, I understand that you desire these things, you just need to realize that that's not how you go about them. You don't make it happen in the way you understand it. You make it happen by feeling like you deserve it, by opening up to it. It's an energy work first, then action. And that's what I'm seeing through the card manifesting and doing. I'm just feeling like a lot of you have been taking a lot of actions, hoping that it would happen this way. It's like, you want something, well, make it happen. Just do it. Just go chase it. But it's like, here you're really observing the shift. I'm resensing that you're observing a shift right now between actually you understanding what the heck manifesting means to you. As in, when you want something to happen, you don't chase it. You let it come to you. You open up to receive the experience. I'm really sensing that soul on fire. What does your soul say? It's like you have a lot of desires, but you haven't really been aligning with the way you want to lead your life, with what you want and how you want to go about what you want, because of the fear that you may not be receiving, because of how scarce you feel. And so I must be acting and doing so as to make sure that I get it. It's like, why couldn't it be given to you? You know, you're a piece of this world loves you. It's really these kinds of questionings that I'm hearing. Obviously, this will have a different taste and different color for every one of you, pile one. But I'm definitely sensing that although what's being stirred up may not feel very comfortable, because we're talking about like past emotions, things to let go of, the blessing is very much about that, is you actually letting go of what no longer serves you, making space, making room for you to realize, oh my God, it's much easier than what I thought. Now I see that I deserve to have it all. Now I allow myself to receive and to be manifesting and acting from a place of inspiration. I want this thing and I feel so inspired to do this, instead of I want that thing so I'm gonna do this so that I know that I will get it. That's a very different energy and a very different way to go about it. That's why I feel that lately all of these actions that you would take so as to get these things here didn't necessarily feel good. They felt logical, they felt valid, but they felt misaligned. It didn't feel good, and the reason to that is that sure, you're doing this so as to get these things, but it doesn't feel good because your approach on the topic wasn't aligned. Your soul doesn't want to chase its desires. Your soul wants to realize that you deserve them. They're yours. They will not escape from you. Your desires are wanting you as badly as you want them, if not more. It's these kinds of shifts that we're talking about. So that's very, very beautiful. But indeed, I'm definitely sensing that this visceral, profound, holistic shift that you're currently going through is not something that is seen outside of you. It's just as I was saying earlier, it's like, don't get upset if you don't see physical shifts taking place at the moment, because there is a lot of energy flowing, just not where you're looking for it. You're looking for it in the physical, the energy is flowing elsewhere, but trust me, it's flowing. That's why you're feeling all of these emotions coming up for you to release. That's beautiful, like opening up to the feminine, opening up to what manifesting is for you, going about your desires from a place of inspiration, from a place of worthiness instead of from a place of chasing, connecting with your soul, falling in love with yourself and just going with yourself instead of against yourself. Beautiful energies, really. We got the oracle call from the beginning, the warrior. I like that. A new star is coming. That's beautiful. Have faith in your dreams. That's so cute. That is very, very cute. A new star is coming. Have faith in your dreams. Like these two cards, I'm definitely sensing, especially with all the purple that we're seeing. Oop, the camera. With all the purple that is appearing in the cards, it's like a strong reconnection with your crown chakra, because that's the color of the crown chakra, the purple. And just reconnecting with yourself, with your soul, coming back to balance, coming back to your center, coming back into your energy, instead of always overextending your energy because you feel like you need to get it from elsewhere, from the outside. You need to act so as, you need to go there. It's like, no, you stay where you are, you're acting on what you feel passionate about, and you let it come to you. But you don't just throw yourself out of the window, because that's the only way to get what you want in your beliefs. And that shift really feels like a strong sense of security because you feel connected. And it's a message for some of you, but I feel like some of the fear of scarcity that we were picking up on with the Five of Pentacles, for some of you it was due to feeling disconnected from the world. Whereas if you feel connected to the world, you know the intentions of the world. You can only fear that which that which you're not connected to, that which you do not understand. If you fear the world, if you fear the future, it's just because you do not understand, you do not know, you do not feel connected to it. If you are connected to it and you know its intentions, well, fear cannot exist. One of the prerequisites for fear is separation. And I'm definitely sensing with all of this purple energy, it's like you're really coming back to yourself, really leveling up your state of consciousness through the letting go of the past and just seeing how things are, how the world goes round, that it's much easier than what you thought. And it's okay that you didn't see it before because you were grounded in these fears that you're currently letting go of. That's fine, that's okay. There are beautiful lessons, tremendously beautiful lessons in that as well. But it's like coming back to connection, coming back to yourself. Now all of a sudden you see, you understand. It's obvious now. And from this place, it's like, yeah, a new story is coming now that you have come back to yourself, that you've discovered yourself, that you've let go of those devils. There is a lot more room for beautiful, beautiful energies to come through. The two last tarot cards that we were having, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. And also have faith in your dreams. And it's a message from Spirit. I'm definitely sensing it's like the things that you've been wanting lately, they are happening. Do not give up just because they're not currently happening. I'm definitely sensing some of you are like a little bit in and out of your dreams, wanting to give up at times because you feel like your physical reality is not moving in that direction. Things are shifting, just not in the physical at the moment. Do not give up. Things that are currently going in the direction you want them to go. So don't give up. Again, have faith. It is happening for you. It's totally happening. It's just that, yeah, there's a little bit of a detour for you to feel and experience these things. The Warrior card, though, I'm really sensing that through this process, you're also, yeah, coming back to yourself, coming back to center, coming home to yourself and really reclaiming your power. I'm sensing that somewhat these past experiences and these emotions that you're currently sorting through and letting go of, they led you into displacing your power, giving your power away to people around you, to situations, circumstances outside of you. And that this homecoming is also, well, sure, it's like freeing a lot of space for all of these new opportunities, these new things that you've been wanting, and even better to come in. But it's also making you realize how freaking powerful you are. It's like it's really opening the door for you to see how powerful you are, helping you to really reclaim your power, your badass energy. That's beautiful. So yeah, a beautiful message. The whole point of the message is, hey, don't despair. It's not because things aren't moving physically that they're not moving. That is far from true, actually. Things are moving a hecking ton just underneath, because that's what must be happening at the moment. Okay? But yeah, definitely you got this, and oh my god, are you opening to beautiful energies. That is beautiful. Very excited for that. So yeah, thank you so much, Paiwan, for having shared space with me. I wish you all the best for your inner exploration, for your inner journey. I wish you to enjoy all of these beautiful things which are coming your way. And yeah, let me know down in the comments if it resonated. I'd love to hear about your thoughts. And with that said, well, I wish you the best. Till next time. Bye. Hey, Pile 2, you're up. How are you doing? I hope you're excited about the message. I hope you're ready. If you chose Pile 2, the Iron Ore, that's going to be your reading. So let's get to it. So we're going to begin with the tarot cards to have an overall view of what blessings are currently unfolding in your life. So we have first card, the Empress. Well, that's one heck of a way to begin the spread. We got the Three of Wands, the Six of Cups, as well as the Page of Wands. Okay. Well, I see you in a very bossy energy right now. I see you. I see you a little bit like in your throne, leading your projects, leading your life. Um, I feel that you feel on top of things right now, which is cool. I feel that things are unfolding well in your life, that you're happy and content with how things are headed. And yeah, I just see you like on your throne leading your life. But the fact it's the Empress and not the Emperor is also adding like this sense of connection with nature, abundance, generosity. It's like, sure, you're leading your life, but in a way that feels very open, very heart opening. I feel that you're leading your life, sure, with through the excitement, your passion, that you're leading all of these projects and all these things, uh, your relationships, your career. A lot of things actually could be coming through here, but it's also very, I mean, the aim behind it is emotional fulfillment. I'm sensing not just the sake of building an empire, that would be the emperor. Here, the empress is very like opening up. So that's beautiful. The Three of Wands is definitely indicating that I feel that recently you've embarked on a different kind of project, one that you wouldn't, one that is pushing you a little bit outside of your comfort zone, one that you wouldn't normally embark on. I feel that you've embarked on this kind of project because it felt exciting at first, but you know, it's like I feel that it wasn't very all that full-fledged out. It wasn't that planned out originally. It was just a very good, very cool idea, very exciting idea that you went for. Is like, oh heck yeah, let's do that. But you didn't really know what you were getting yourself into. And I feel that the more time passes and the more I'm feeling like an ambiguous energy here, as in, on one end, it feels like it's getting more and more precise what this project is actually turning into, but on the other end, it feels like the exact opposite, as in, the more precise it gets, and the more you feel like it's not going where you thought it would originally go. It feels very positive though. It feels like you embarked on a project, you didn't really know what it was at first, then it started getting clearer and clearer in your mind, in your heart, when you, especially in your mind, clearer and clearer what it was turning into. And now you're starting to realize, oh, wait a minute, it feels like it's turning to be something that I didn't imagine was possible at first. I generally feel like this plan has recently turned to blah, blah, blah. Sorry. This plan recently took a turn, there you go, that you did not expect. Like this new plan turn, honestly, I'm sensing this plan could be about so many different things. It could be about career, it could be about moving in with your partner, it could be relationship focused, it could be family focused, it could be about so many different things. I'm feeling it could be about so many different things, but it just took a turn you were not expecting, for the better. I'm hearing, and it's like the Six of Cups making me feel like it's really opening up some old emotions. It's opening like this unexpected turn of event reopen the door for you to feel emotions you hadn't been feeling in a while, like some very sweet old emotions, nostalgic emotions. I'm really feeling that through this event it's almost as confusing and unexpected as it may be. I don't see you taking it like, I don't feel any ounce of heaviness. It's like, it just feels exciting, but it's very unexpected and a little confusing at first. And just sensing that it's bringing into the picture things you didn't know you needed, that make you feel emotionally fulfilled in a way you were not expecting. I'm really sensing it's bringing a lot of naive, careless energies. That's really the Six of Cups. It's like, yeah, it took a turn and now things are going in a direction you were not expecting, and it feels so much easier, but so purer. So like there's so much more purity, naivety It feels very, yeah, very pure, very light-hearted, very childlike in a way. Yeah, I'm really picking up that every one of you pals who could be thinking of a different kind of project. That's why I'm not getting any kind of specifics relative to the project itself. We may have some more specifics about the project itself in the oracle cards later, but right now, straight off the bat, I'm not sensing anything very specific. We could be talking about literally anything. So just trust your intuition that whatever is popping up in your mind is probably about that. But yeah, it's bringing up a lot of, I'm hearing like the inner child is bringing up a lot of old emotions, a lot of excitement in a new light, in a way you hadn't been feeling in a while. Because here we got the Page of Wands, which is also an energy that feels to me a little naive, a little childlike in the sense, very playful at heart. But the Page of Wands is also like the ignition of a new passion. It's like there's a new spark here. It's like, yeah, you were doing your things, you were on top of your things, you were killing it, and you're in a phase of your life where you're really opening your heart more and more and more. And this one project just took a completely new, unexpected turn of events that sent you in a completely new direction that you were not expecting it to go. And it's just bringing out something new, which is also at the same time something very old for you. It's like it's reminding you of who you used to be as a kid. And it's just bringing up, yeah, very, very sweet emotions, very innocent, very pure, very light-hearted emotions. And also passion. That could be referring to an old passion of yours that you haven't been exploring that much lately. But yeah, I'm resensing that through this project you thought it would turn out to be one thing, and it actually turned out to be a completely different thing. It's currently turning out to be a completely different thing, but unexpectedly so much better. You never thought it would have turned out to be what it's turning out to be. And it's becoming something that makes you feel very passionate, but in a very new light. Something that really excites you to your core. So yeah, that's very, very interesting. That's awesome. We're gonna bring out the oracle cards. I'd love to know if we pick up on more specifics about said project, but we may not. We'll see. Depends. So we're gonna start with this ones. We have the Spark of Hustle. Find your sacred flow. Well, we got reference here to the spark. It's like you're really, yeah, I feel like this project, the blessing here in this situation really is the fact that you have a project which is turning out better than expected. However, what you may not have realized at first that you've been realizing, right, just lately, is that there's something much deeper moving through this project. This project is not just taking you in a new exciting direction, it's really awakening something within you that you hadn't been feeling in a while. It's really like, I really sense that it's activating an older version of you that you've just let go in the past that was not funded for a multitude of different reasons. But yeah, it's like something which is very true to you, something which is completely part of your flow, something that really makes you feel at ease, that makes you feel home, that makes you feel, yeah, just lighthearted. I'm really hearing like ease, something that makes you feel at ease. That you're reintegrating through this project. It's like you had forgotten it was there. You had forgotten you had it within you. And it's just coming back and it's reigniting a lot of passion, a lot of fire. This card feels very fiery, right? So that's beautiful. It's like you were expecting just to have a project and it turned out to bring you so much more than what you were expecting. And a lot of which being what's going underneath. It's like you thought you had it all covered and you're realizing that actually it's getting still even better. That's awesome. That is awesome energy. Then we have this, oh, look the camera. Nature. Well, for some of you, but not everyone, the project that we're talking about is maybe involving nature, moving out in the countryside, moving out of the city, moving in. Yeah, I was hearing like moving in your partner that just happens to live outside of the city, reconnecting with nature in one way or another. But I'm also hearing for most of you pilots, it's like reconnecting with your nature. In this meaning as well, it's like reconnecting with a piece of you had long forgotten, which is very sweet. That's what is the sacred flow is making me think about. It's like rediscovering yourself in a new light through that project that took an unexpected turn, and realizing, oh my god, there's so much more of you that you had forgotten about, where it really feels like reconnecting to yourself, reconnecting to your nature, and all of a sudden you realize that everything is flowing so much more effortlessly than it used to. So that's beautiful. But yeah, I'm strongly sensing that some of you, a good portion of you pile 2, like the project maybe involving nature. Yeah, I really, really love that. Yeah, with all the eyes on the card as well. I don't know if you see it. Yeah, with all the eyes on the card, I really do feel like seeing yourself in a new light, discovering like, oh my god, I was this way all along. I hadn't realized it. It feels very, yeah, very naive, very pure, but so sweet, honestly. And from then going forward, it's like really leading your life with in this new light. That's beautiful. Some more to go a little deeper. Got communication is key. Prosperity lies ahead. Conclusions are within reach. Well, with prosperity lies ahead, I definitely do feel that you do find yourself in a place in your life where you do feel comfortable. You do feel comfortable at this place in your life, but this project is really taking you to build much stronger foundations. Again, it may be involving, for some reason I'm sensing like moving from one place to another, like settling in a new home. For some of you that's coming up. Creating a creating a family, a lineage. But more generally for all of you, it's very much like this sense of re-owning a part of you, that all of a sudden you feel prosperous, you feel whole. You're whole all along, but now you really do feel and you see that about yourself. It's like re-owning a piece of your foundations within yourself. But also I'm sensing that it's like it goes two ways. On one way is definitely like inward, you are coming, like you are re-owning a piece of yourself that makes you feel even more whole than you were, and much more stable, much more prosperous. But also externally, I was saying like moving, this project that has taken you in a different direction, and now all of a sudden you find yourself in a place you did not expect. But it's also externally adding to this sense of stability, prosperity, settling down. Communication is key. The project may be involving a lot of people, but I'm definitely sensing that there are a lot of epiphanies coming through with the new moon in Gemini. A lot of epiphanies going on about what we're going here. You know, it's like you discovering this part of yourself may very well be coming through. I'm sensing like someone mirroring it to you. Like, you know, like through a conversation, you're having a talk, and all of a sudden, like the person you're talking with, are like, oh yeah, that's true, you're very much like that. And that's when you realize, oh wait, you're right, I never realized it, but I have this trait. This is one of my likings. Oh wait, you're right, this is one of my values. Could be something like that, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, you've had it all along. But now that you realize that you actually see and that you actually own it, everything starts making sense, everything starts falling into place, and yeah, it feels so much more easy. So that is beautiful. Conclusions are within reach. I'm definitely sensing that the project that you're currently undergoing is closing a chapter of your life, especially when I was picking up on like that most of you are settling down in one way, shape, or form. It really feels like you closing a chapter of your life and opening a new one through this project. I mean, if it turns out to be about like moving from one place to another or settling for a family, yeah, I totally do see how that would be conclusions of a chapter of your life, you know. It really does feel like closing a chapter of your life where you were still kind of looking for yourself in a way. And through this, that was like one of the few last elements that really you needed in order to fully close this chapter and open a brand new one. Now that you see yourself in a new way, now that you have these new passions, these new interests, now that this project has taken you in a whole new direction, which just so happened to be the direction you needed to go to. It just perfectly happened for you to go in this new direction, and it just happens to all fall into place. That is beautiful. It really feels like ease, like playfulness. Yeah, that's beautiful, beautiful energies. Yeah, that's all I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for having shared space with me. That was beautiful. I really wish you to enjoy it all. I wish you to have fun with our project. I wish you to, yeah, just enjoy it, because if you like a lot of good stuff currently happening in your life, I feel like there's a lot of stuff moving. You can feel that things are moving quickly around you. So yeah, enjoy it all, receive it all, and yeah, let me know down in the comments if it resonated. I'd love to read about your thoughts and all that. And sending you lots of love until next time. Bye. Well, hello there, Pile 3, you're up. I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope you're excited about the message. I hope you're ready to dive in. If you chose Pile 3, if you chose the Moss Agate, that's going to be your reading, so, well, let's get to it. So, to begin things off, I'm going to pull out the trusty tarot cards, which are going to give us the overall general energy we're dealing with, about your blessings. And we have, ooh, the Two of Cups, lovely, as well as the Eight of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Hierophant. Interesting. There's some learning going on here. There is some learning going on here. Well, the Two of Cups is definitely referring to a relationship, but I'm gonna have to ask you to tune into your intuition to know which kind of relationship we're talking about, because Pile 3, we're talking about many different kinds of relationship. We could be talking about a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, a business partnership, a relationship that is not wanted, but just seems to be sticking around with someone that you do not really appreciate. A lot of different kinds of a relationship through which you're learning. But yeah, I'll have to, yeah, the person popping up in your mind is the person we're talking about. But yeah, it could be all the way as to be a romantic relationship, but it could also be a relationship with a person you do not like. You just seem to be seeing them regularly, but it's someone that you are seeing regularly. I'm sensing. And yeah, there's a relationship through which you're learning. It's like the Eight of Swords is telling me that historically you've liked to be liked. I'm using liked very loosely, but let's rather say that you've been in the mindset of letting other people a bit in the driving seat of your life. I'm definitely sensing that it's not necessarily something that you would have named it this way, that you weren't necessarily all that aware of, but I definitely feel that, yeah, you're a little bit like loose on your decision making lately. I'm sensing that you've never really felt like, you know, being all that ambitious and taking all these decisions for yourself. And I'm really sensing, yeah, the overall energy of just being happy for people to make decisions for you in one way or another. And I'm definitely sensing that lately, more recently, it has started to grow a little stressful on you with the Eight of Swords. And that's where this relationship is coming through. It's like I'm really sensing that whether this relationship may be based of romance, love, whether it is just a partnership, or even if it's someone that you do not appreciate, like in any ways, through this relationship, you are learning about this. It's like you're discovering that about yourself. You've been discovering that, yeah, this is a little bit how you've been leading stuff lately, that you haven't really been fully owning your decision making, that you haven't really been steering the wheel, or that you've been steering the wheel a little loosely. And that's okay. But you're realizing that as okay as it is, it has grown stressful on you, and you're not perceiving it to be in your best interest anymore. And that's the first blessing, you to realize that, hey, time to change. I'm really sensing that there was no problem till now, but now you're realizing that, yeah, you're wanting to reach a next level, step up, like create new things for yourself, and you're realizing that, yeah, this will take you to make these decisions, so this cannot stay anymore. And that's really through this relationship that you're discovering it. The King of Cups is definitely, it's like, it's the king that knows, and more than knows, has just reached this state of balance between the heart and the mind. It's like the two are balanced with the King of Cups. And as such, yeah, where it really feels like a state of harmony, and it really does feel like a state of inner peace. Like the figure here is really like floating almost in the air, in a state of total surrendering, in a state of peace. I really do feel that this is what you're currently uncovering. It's like, I'm definitely sensing that some of you are really discovering this lesson in a very loving way through a relationship that is evoking a lot of love, whether it is romantic or not. Some of you are discovering it a little bit more like, quote unquote, the hard way, through a relationship with someone who is unknowingly teaching you this about yourself. Not necessarily in a very loving way. That's okay, the message is still the same. And I'm definitely sensing that this is what is currently leading you into the King of Cups, really this state of, I'm resensing you, yeah, this state of just floating in the middle of nothing, just in a state of, you know what, I've got myself, and I just feel so at peace, because now I'm not, I feel that some of you may have been a little bit all over the place emotionally lately, but that's definitely not bound to stay. It's like you're reaching this stage where in your life where there is harmony between the mind and the heart. There is a state of inner balance happening. And it's like re-owning all of your power. Before, you were a little bit in a state of displacing your power, putting it in other people's hands. And now it's like, I'm just running all my power. And now what? Well, now it's time to have fun. I'm really sensing you like reaching this place of inner void, where you realize that at the end of the day, when everything's gone away, what is left? And that's when you realize, well, I am left. My desires are left. Time to have fun. It's very, very, very profound energy that I'm sensing that you're opening up for, and that is beautiful. That is very, very beautiful, honestly. I'm resensing you, yeah, completely re-owning all of your power, and just starting to lead your life this time, not from the passenger seat, but from the driver's seat, and just leading it the way you freaking want it. In a state of peace and serendipity. I'm really hearing, that is beautiful. That is very interesting. I'm so happy that you're opening up for that, because the energy feels so deep and so peaceful. That's awesome. And here we got the Hierophant. Well, in this card, I'm really sensing, like, well, first on one end, the learning, the fact that it's a serendipitous experience for you, like you're having this realization and you're learning about this thing about yourself. You're learning that this is the way you've done it and that this is who you actually are. So there's a lot of, it's a learning experience that you're having through this relationship. And by the way, I'm hearing that for those of you who are aware that this relationship is not a pleasant one, I'm hearing for you that good news is the reason why this relationship is currently in your life is for you to learn about this. So don't despair. I'm hearing, hey, everything's okay. Just so you know that the reason why there is this relationship is for you to learn this. Once you get it, you'll see the relationship disappear on its own as quickly as it appeared. That's a side message. But yeah, the Hierophant is also like indicating to me like surrendering to something bigger than us. You know, it's like the image. Sure, it's a human, but the mask on top of it makes it appear like an almost an extraterrestrial, an outwardly figure. Although it was a human, now it's outwardly. It really feels like you developing a sense of trust and faith in life. Just, hey, you are in the driver's seat, you're leading it, you're killing it, but you got the whole universe to back you up, so you're good. Go for it. That's a very beautiful, very profound energies that I'm getting from these two last cards. But very deep, a deep transformation. Like the real blessing is that, sure, it feels a little, I'm feeling that for all of you, the learning is a little intense, because even if the relationship feels good, it's stirring up some emotions, definitely here. But it's like, besides the learning, it's really this deep transformation. That's the blessing which is currently going on. And that is beautiful, that is precious. I'm gonna start pulling out the Oracle cards now. The intention is to dive in deeper, perhaps have more information about more specifics on the situation. So let's see what we have. Bravely market your magic. I'm definitely sensing through this energy, like what I was picking up with the King of Pentacles, no, not Pentacles, the King of Cups here. It's like you coming back into your driver's seat. You deciding, okay, I've had my experience, I realized it's no longer working for me, that's why I'm feeling stressed. Screw that, we're replacing it with that, I've come back to myself. Now let's have fun. Let's have fun with who I am. I'm resensing you coming back to yourself and getting a whole lot of confidence and just enjoying life for yourself. That is beautiful. You're not having to wait on to anyone to tell you what to do, because you're just going for it and following your dreams. And that's all that you need to be following, honestly, not necessarily other people's voices. The destruction of shiny things, gratitude again, and we got a fourth one, so I'm gonna have to move them all. Yep. Your soul shines. We have two cards which are referring to shining. I'm definitely sensing that you coming back to yourself, you undergoing this profound deep transformation, it's definitely making you re-own your power for one thing, for sure. Your confidence, definitely, because you realize that you can rely on yourself and that you are enough by yourself. You are whole, complete, and enough by yourself. You don't need other people in order to feel whole and complete. Other people are amazing to have relationships with, but there's a difference between feeling good within yourself and codependency. Feeling like you're not good enough and just enough on your own. That's a very, very different experience. So yeah, coming back to a state of wholeness, to a state of confidence, and also realizing how bright you shine. Because I feel like another thing is that by displacing your power and giving this decisional power away to people, even if it wasn't intended at first, I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, you've lost track a little bit of how bright you shine just by yourself. So that is another thing, just realizing how bright you shine. The destruction of shiny things, I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, you're just opening up to a whole lot of desires that you never dare to follow, because you were so attached to what other people would think, what other people would do, they never really went for these things, but now that you don't care anymore, you're just going for it. And yeah, I'm definitely sensing gratitude, like you really taking the ownership, the leadership of your life, and just making a beautiful tapestry out of it. One that resembles you, one that suits you, not what the people around you would enjoy about their lives. Everything about you. It's all you. Really. Especially with this color, like blue green, really feels like the colors of the third chakra. Expression, authenticity. It's like it's all about you. It's all about your life and how you lead it instead of how other people around you would. We don't care anymore about that. Your life is for you and no one else. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. More oracle cards here. Strength. Lot to say about that. Expect powerful change. Beautiful. I love that. Your commitment is being tested. Well, the first quarter moon, I'm definitely sensing it's like what are you committing to and who you are committing to. Like your commitment. You're always committed to somebody, but who you're committing to is changing. Before you were committed to the people around you, as we were talking, and now it's like you committing to other people has grown stressful on you because you've realized that sometimes you're committing without even noticing it to people that you would preferably not commit to, and then you're realizing that it's not necessarily turning out to be in your favor. And now you're reaching this point of, well, you know what, screw that. I'm going to commit to myself first. I'm going to be happy myself first. And from an overflowing cup of happiness, then I'm going to be sharing it with the world. But I'm first. Because if I'm not focusing on myself, no one else will. So it's like your commitment is being tested in the sense that you're realizing that committing to other people is more stressful than anything. Commit to yourself first. Then we'll be talking about other people. And yeah, this redirection and commitment is definitely creating powerful changes in your life. I mean, like we were saying before, it's like now that you've come back to yourself, you are leading your life the way you want it. I'm definitely sensing that this won't happen overnight. It's really like what you're currently at. Like if I had to place these events on the timeline, right now you are in this relationship and you are learning. You're realizing these things about yourself and you're learning. And slowly but surely, without even you noticing, you are sinking into the King of Cups and the Hierophant energies. But I don't feel that most of you are not just there yet. It's not a race. There's no rush. It's not a race. I'm just feeling like it's just your natural unfolding. And it's just happening in perfect divine timing. I'm just hearing like the when is not the question. It's not the point. It's just about you enjoying the process, you enjoying everything you're discovering, all of these beautiful lessons and beautiful things you're discovering about yourself. But just keeping in mind that yes, this will create powerful changes in your life, profound shifts. Imagine what a life where you're not focusing constantly on other people would look like. Well, probably a whole darn lot different, right? And strength is definitely like you awakening to how much strength you've always had within yourself. Definitely. And just going for it, I'm hearing again, it's like self-confidence, self-empowerment, all coming back to self, coming back to yourself. So it's a beautiful movement from the outside within, uncovering how strong you've been all along. And now that you're aware of it, well, let's use that. Let's enjoy it. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful energies, beautiful self-empowering energies. But the thing I very much prefer about that is that although the emotions that may be coming up may be a little maybe a little strong, and I can feel that. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are feeling like strong emotions as to why you've been displacing your power all along. I'm definitely sensing that one of the blessings is definitely in the fact that it's all happening naturally. There is nothing you must do in order for this to happen. All of that we've been talking about is just the current of your life is taking you in such a direction. So it's just a matter of you enjoying it, opening up, letting it happen. If you're really wanting, and especially through this reading, you can become aware of these things, you can ask yourselves, you can look within. That will, quote unquote, accelerate the process a little bit. But the whole point of this process isn't in the pace, isn't in going fast. The whole point of the process is you enjoying the homecoming. It's for you to enjoy the process. You don't even need, that's what I'm hearing, is like you don't even need to be aware of that because it is currently happening. And that's the most beautiful thing. It's like stress-free. I'm hearing like you've had enough stress with that, like we had with the Eight of Swords. Now we're done. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for having shared space with me. Write down in the comments, please, your thoughts, and if it resonated, I'd love to read about everything you have to say. And yeah, I wish you to enjoy the process, honestly. That's all there is to it. The blessing is just enjoy the process. It has been made and laid out before you, for you. Just enjoy it. And yeah, wishing you the best, send you lots of love, and till next time, see ya. Well, hello there, Powerful. How are you doing? You're up on stage. That's your turn. I hope you're excited. I hope you're curious about the messages as much as I am. If you chose Pile 4, if you chose the Pyrite, that's going to be your reading, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay, so we're going to start with the tarot cards so as to get the general overview, the panorama of the blessings that we're talking about. And we have as first card, the King of Wands. Just that, huh? We got the Empress, okay. The Hanged Man, well, big cards coming up. And the Eight of Wands. King of Wands, Empress, Hanged Man, Eight of Wands. We're definitely going to be talking about masculine and feminine, so little disclaimer beforehand. I feel like most of you don't need it, but still. Also, always a good reminder, when we're talking about boys and girls and masculines and feminines in a tarot reading, it's not necessarily referring to a man or a woman. We all have masculines and feminines within us, okay? Because here I'm definitely sensing a play between a masculine and a feminine. Although it could be people in this case. But yeah, let's begin. I'm definitely sensing that we have the Empress and the King of Wands. And I almost felt like we were so close from having the Empress and the Emperor, you know? But instead of the Emperor, there's quote-unquote just the King of Wands that pops up. It's like, wait a minute, that's robbery. Like, I do feel that the King of Wands is describing your energy right now, which is a masculine one coming through. Again, you don't have to be a man. But you've been more in your masculine energy lately. That's what I feel. The King of Wands is the charismatic one, is the one in a leadership position. It's the leader, it's the one that rallies the people. It's the very entraining, charismatic leader. It's the passionate one as well. And that's kind of the action-focused one. That's our masculine displayed here. And that's the energy that you've been in lately. I feel that, yeah, I definitely see you like in this energy of, you know, just doing stuff because you enjoy doing it. But I really do feel you in a kind in your ego. And careful, I'm not using this term in a judgmental way because this is absolutely not the intention. I'm just sensing that you've been enjoying yourself a lot, as in enjoying using your charisma, enjoying leading people, enjoying all of these things. Not necessarily because that's what your heart is longing for, but just because you can do that. It's nice to have the attention. Come on, it's pleasant. And you've been enjoying that, you know? But the term ego is popping up because I generally do feel that it's not, it feels a little shallow, as perfect as it is, as enjoyable as it is, it's not all that true to you. It's like you're not just that. And that's where the Empress comes in, actually. I find it very ironic because the Empress just next to the King of Wands is like, come on, man. Why are you doing that? I really do feel like it's very lighthearted. It's very, very lighthearted. But it really does feel like, you know, it really does feel like this guy who's just always chasing the next romantic adventure, who's like very charismatic, who's always in a leadership position, and then just comes through the girl who sees right through the mask. And she's like, come on, guy. It's like, yeah, I know you're enjoying that, but we both know that's not true. We both know that there's much more going on beneath than just that. That's just a mask. These things are not fake, these characteristics of the King of Wands within you. They're definitely not fake. That's why I was saying that, yeah, we're talking about the ego, but we're not talking about like a fake mask or anything like that. It's very lighthearted. These characteristics are very true, but it's like you've been displaying only those lately. And that's where it's like there's a feminine coming through, cutting through the BS. It's like, yes, I know that this is part of you. I know that you very much enjoy that because that calls for a lot of attention, and who doesn't like that? But I know you better than to be seeking attention from other people. You know that you get a lot of attention naturally. Why are you chasing that? There are many more things to be chasing. And that's where I see this very ironic relationship, very fun relationship between the king and the empress. It's like the empress is calling the king to become the emperor, which hasn't appeared in this spread. So yeah, this could be that this is you in your masculine energy. This is definitely a feminine energy coming through. So it could be a person around you who's literally told you this. It could be a person, it could be a woman, but it could also be just a person who is more in their feminine at the moment. It could also be your heart longing for something more. You in your mind playing and enjoying all of that, knowing deep down in your heart that this is not completely true. This is not the whole of who you are, actually. So yeah, this is definitely a feminine energy, but again, it doesn't necessarily has to be a woman that we're talking about. But it's definitely the energy of a mature feminine, the mature divine feminine that sees right through the BS of a still immature divine masculine. That's what I'm sensing. And that's a very, very beautiful thing. It's like really a mature divine feminine calling out the BS of a still immature, yet to mature divine masculine. Yet again, we all have within ourselves both a divine masculine and a divine feminine, although we're not necessarily expressing them as much as one another. It's like sometimes we're more expressing our masculine, sometimes more our feminine, sure, but we always have both of them. Keep that in mind. But yeah, that's very, very interesting. It's really like the feminine calling out the masculine, which is very, very fun. Very, very fun. I feel like it's very lighthearted. There's nothing serious involved, but you know, it's like, yeah, you know better than. Yes, it's very enjoyable, but there's much, much more. You don't need to be chasing that attention. There is something much deeper, much more mature about yourself that is wanting to come through, actually. But it's like, nah, let me chase the attention. It's like, come on, guy or girl, you know you have it. Stop now. It's not like give up on it, no, because this is something that you naturally attract in your life, I'm sensing. But it's like, stop focusing so much onto that and start listening to what the feminine is calling you into, what your heart is calling you to be, which is maturing up. Comes the Hanged Man here. I literally feel that when it comes to, you've been sensing this call for quote-unquote maturity, although this is not the way it reappears. It's like you've been feeling the calling for a next level, for a leveling up, for a sake. I feel like most of you have been yearning for a deeper sense of purpose on this world. There we go. It really feels like the difference in this context, the difference between the king and the emperor that could have been, the emperor that will be eventually, is the maturity, and this maturity plays out in the sense of the depth of the purpose of the person. Here the king is enjoying all that he is and the kingdom that he has. The emperor has all of that, but he has a much deeper understanding of himself and such depth to him that the king is yet to develop, that the king is yet to discover. And that's really like the switch that you're currently experiencing, I'm sensing in your life. The Hanged Man is definitely like, on one end, I'm sensing you're yearning for something deeper, but you don't really necessarily know where to go, where to begin. It's like, yeah, I'm feeling within myself. I'm hearing Saturn return for some of you. Some of you could be, wait, when is the first one? I believe it's around your 30s. Like 28 to 30 years old, that's your first one. So that could be relevant for you, literally, but more as a general, it feels like the energy I'm picking up feels like Saturn return, which is about Saturn in astrology is really the planet that is like the loving father that really does not let us settle for our BS, because it knows that we're capable of much, much more. And so the Saturn return is generally the times where we start questioning our entire lives. We start questioning the fundamentals of who we are, and to realign powerfully with who we actually are. And that is the sensation I'm getting, is like, sure, you've been discovering all of these things that exist within you, but it's like, now's the time to really go deeper within yourself. Okay, who are you, my friend? Why are you here on this planet? All of these beautiful things that you've been enjoying, they're not going anywhere. But now it's time to start asking the big questions. It's time to enter within yourself. Who are you? Why are you here? What is it that you feel what is it you want to bring to this planet? And I genuinely feel with the Hanged Man that this is the kind of questions that really scare you a little bit. It's like, oh my god, I feel like big questions. I'm not wanting to touch that. But the answers are much easier than what they appear to be in your mind, because in your mind it's just like you need an answer, whereas the answer to these questions are states of beings. They're not words spelled down on a piece of paper. It's not a mathematical formula. It's like, who are you and what are you being? It's a state of feeling yourself. It's a state of following your calling. What is it that your intuition and your inspiration is calling you out to be? That's your purpose. You know, it's like, it's much more easier, but since you're not really seeing it for what it is, you're approaching it from a much more mental perspective, it feels scary, because your mind wants spelled out answers written down black on white, and that's not what you're gonna get. That's what's scaring you. That's why you feel in a bit of a stuck thing. It's like, yeah, you know you want to go deeper, but you're a little scared of that. And the message from Spirit is, hey, surrender. And that's literally what the Hanged Man is about. It's really the state of, you know what, let's just go with it. I don't know what it is that I'm looking for. I feel it, but I don't know it. My heart knows it. My mind doesn't understand. That's okay. I'm just going with it. I'm just opening up. I keep myself in a curious, opened state, and I just go with the flow. And that's where the blessing happens. I really do see you in this transition, like you are currently stepping into this surrendered state. Yes, I want something deeper. I don't know what it is. I feel it, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna go with it. And that's when things start happening. I just feel like with the 8 of Wands, I'm definitely sensing that something that you've already noticed, the more you surrender, the more things just start happening the way they are meant to. I'm just sensing that this is a big learning curve for you, in the sense that it's new, but you're just noticing that things, when you take a little bit of a broader perspective on your life, you're just realizing that, yeah, things just happen how they're meant to be. It's like, when you think of, wait, how did I get there already? That you're just trace back the actions that you took to get there, that you realize that each time it was a little quote-unquote random, but it just turned out to be exactly the way it was to be. It just happens naturally. And the more you surrender, the more you just go for it, the more it just seemed to be happening as it's meant to be. And that's how you're sinking into this depth that you've been looking for. It's like, how do I sink into this depth that I feel but do not see? Just go with it. Follow the feeling, if that's the only thing there is right now. And that's how you're noticing that things just happen, even with great speed and feeling. It's like a lot of things are just happening, but you'll notice that, yeah, everything seems to be aligning itself perfectly, that you're discovering all these things that you've been having questions about, and that it just takes you to realize that, because I feel like this has been the case for a little bit now. Just a matter of, do you see that? Are you observing the fact that it is aligning, and that you are coming, like, realigning with your truth? I'm resensing, yeah, this very interesting energy of just, you just go on with your life, and the more you surrender, the more you realize, looking back, that you've been taking all of these actions aligned with a completely new perspective, aligned with this depth that you've been meaning to explore without even realizing it. Just a matter of, have you been observing carefully enough so as to realize that it's happening by itself? Very, very interesting. It's like the more you surrender, the more it happens on its own in your life. I hope it makes sense. That's a very interesting energy we got going on here. Very beautiful energy. Oracle cards time. It's going to help us to dive in deeper, perhaps get more specifics, more information. I'm curious. Get back to elemental. Yeah, definitely. Couldn't have said it better. It's like, get back to elemental, get back to your flow, getting back to yourself. It's like, sure, these things are natural to you. Now it's time to sink in deeper and get back to the elementals of your life. Get back to the basics of who you are, you know? And you're getting back to these elements, to the elemental, just by virtue of you letting go of the steering wheel and just doing what you feel called out to do very naturally, without even questioning it, without even thinking about it. And it just so happens to unfold naturally. I'm rehearing, like, the message, everything which is meant for you is going to happen, no matter what. You cannot escape what is meant for you. And that is gorgeous, especially when we're talking about you pursuing a longing that you do not even have words to describe at the moment. You know that this longing is expressing itself. You know your heart is longing for something. Just go with the flow. What is meant for you to discover will not escape you. So trust yourself that it's going to happen. Feed your artist. Welcome to the Divine Masculine. I can't make this up. Welcome to the Divine Masculine. Literally about the king becoming the emperor. That is so perfect. What I was saying before, like the empress being upset because she gets a king instead of the emperor. Whereas the king is in the process of sinking deeper within himself. Again, we're not talking necessarily about a man. You could very well be a woman who've been exploring more of their masculine traits so far, or at this moment at least. And it's like welcoming the Divine Masculine, sinking in deeper the masculine, yeah. Going deeper, more in depth about the Divine Masculine, discovering perhaps what the Divine Masculine entails for some of you. That's very interesting. It's very like the process of a king becoming an emperor. I love that. Feed your artist. I'm sensing that this could actually be a little bit of a clue towards how to surrender. It's like a lot of you I'm feeling are a little bit in a mental energy. It's like, yeah, I feel this deeper longing. I feel it very well in my bones, in my flesh. I want to access a deeper experience of life. I just don't know how to. And it's like, tell me what I need to do. And I understand that, it's like we were all there at some point. When you start going in deeper, you don't understand these things. So very understandably, you try to understand them. But these things are all about things that you cannot understand. They're all about raising your level of, it's all about awareness, perception, feelings. It is not a mental process. So, but that's not something that you can force. You will inevitably try to understand it at first when you don't know what you're looking for. So one thing that will help you, I'm hearing, feeling your artist. What is it that makes you get in the zone, in the flow states? We all have something that we love doing, that we could be doing for hours without even realizing how long it took. It's like we've been on this project, on this thing, talking to this person for like 3 hours. It felt like it was 10 minutes. What is it that gets you in that state where you lose track of time? Get yourself there as often as you feel called to. And definitely sensing that this is a powerful trick to disconnect the mind and let the process unfold without questioning it. Because questioning it just makes you feel more confused than you already are. It won't bring you anything else than that. It is about all that you do not understand. The process is about all that you don't understand. So it's like, it's very understandable that you would have questions. Just know that the process is about dropping the questions, not about getting the answers. You will feel the answers, but your mind will only end up accepting it. It will never, the mind cannot contain that which you will discover. The mind is too small, too limited for these things. And that is okay, that it is perfect. It has been designed this way for a reason. But that's why it's like, don't get upset if you don't understand. The point is not to understand. Just go with it. Trust the process, which I feel like you've been going with it for a while now. And you know, I really do feel that there is not a lot of resistance on your end to this. So that's beautiful. It's just happening by itself, and that's beautiful. More oracle cards. We go. Sacred sexuality. That's very interesting, especially since we've been talking a lot about the divine masculine and the divine feminine. You're very close to achieving your goals. It's time to take action, and the answers you need are coming. Wait, yeah, I will need to move them a bit because I got 4 cards. I thought I only had 3. There you go. The answers you need are coming. That's literally what I was saying. It's like, I'm feeling this depth within my bones. I'm feeling the gnawing, the calling. I'm really wanting to go in, to go deep. I just don't know where to go. I don't understand it. All of these questions are completely normal. Everyone has them. It's okay. It's like all the answers that you need are coming. You just need to be aware that the answer will not be coming the way you expect them. Most of these answers, the most profound answers, will not be perceived within the mind, but within the heart. But you need to know that the answers will come to you the way they're meant to, and the way you will understand them best, which may, again, not be involving the mind, but just trust that everything that needs to happen will happen. I'm really sensing with these 2 cards, it's like you are still in a bit of this pivotal. It's like your focus is still a little bit in the King of Wands. It's like you're still kind of, you're still very much, I'd say, almost sinfully attached to the attention seeking from the outside. You know you're charismatic, you know you love leading people, you know like you're successful with people, and it's like, it's time to take action. I'm really hearing like your higher self saying, hey honey, this isn't going anywhere. You can let it go for the moment. Please now start focusing on your evolution. Start focusing on this calling deep within you. You know you want to do it. You know you want to go for it. So please actually start focusing on it. I'm not necessarily, it may involve taking actions. I'm not necessarily sensing that for most of you though. But it's like, I really do feel that you are, with your very close to the gibbous moon, I'm really sensing that you are on the verge of having your first major epiphany about this path that you are, this new path that you're starting to walk on, that will really like nail in the plank for you to really start understanding what the heck it is all about. This will be an ongoing journey that will end the day that you quit this planet. So it's like there's no rush, don't you worry. There's no limit to how deeply you can know yourself, to how deeply you can explore yourself and the world around you. But it's like you are on the verge of really having your first patch of epiphanies to really make you understand what the heck I've been talking about in this reading, so to speak. The first batch of epiphanies that will really start make you feel like you're starting to get the gist of it, and that makes you feel much more motivated to go for it and to go along with this path that you feel so definitely excited to follow now. So it's like you need to redirect your focus for the time being. Then when these first answers start coming in, when these first epiphanies start coming in your life, they could be coming through so many different ways, but it could be I'm hearing that it could be involving a mentor of some kind, although the mentor may not realize that they would be your mentor. It could just be a friendship, something like that. Definitely sensing that, yeah. By the time you have these first epiphanies, your curiosity will be sparked on, and it won't be such a quote-unquote struggle to be detaching a little bit yourself from all of this attention and more onto that which your heart is calling you into pursuing. Sacred sexuality, I'm definitely sensing that through this story of divine feminine, divine masculine, you're definitely sinking deeper into the understanding of what the hell is a divine masculine and what the hell is a divine feminine. That is beautiful. It's really opening you up to the sacred dance between these two polarities. It's really leading you into developing a profound respect for both the masculine, both the feminine within you, with other people around you. And yeah, it's definitely helping you to sink deeper in that. I'm definitely sensing that it's also, that's a side note, but when it comes to physical kind of intimate moments with other partners, I don't think I can say the word on YouTube. I'm definitely sensing that it's also going to show you a pivotal point between just the pleasure of the body and the pleasure of connecting with someone else through such intimate event. I hope it makes sense. But yeah, like re-sinking in deeper into your sexuality, sinking in deeper within the dance between the two divines, masculine and feminine. So that is beautiful. I still feel like it's a little vague, but that's mainly because it's for you to discover, not for someone to tell you though. So yeah, a lot of beautiful energies, a little bit of a longer reading compared to all the other groups, but there was a lot to cover, a lot to say, and oh my god, are these energies beautiful. I love your energy, I love what you're opening up for, so yeah, go for it. Enjoy it all. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for having shared space with me. It was lovely to be reading your energy. Let me know down in the comments if it resonated. I love to read about your thoughts. I love to read about everything you have to say. And yeah, I wish you to enjoy all of it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the path ahead. Enjoy the opening. And yeah, wishing you all the best. Until next time. See ya.